Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Enhanced Edition. Here in the market square where we had this encounter with Holrun and the priest of Desna earlier. So let's move on throughout the city and have a look around. Actually, yeah, that's an event that's going to happen. I think there's something behind here. Plenty of centipedes.
The light, take you!
I don't think you have anything useful. Just have to use the crossbow. Ember is apparently one of the best characters in the game, but I've not been able to wrap my head around her. Not that I've tried, to be honest.
I'll cut you wide open.
There we go. We're not going to cross the gap here. Let's pick up these things. Stories told us by spirits, the knight with harrowed hands. Kinabra's Medium Alliance Publishing. If you want to read that, then go ahead. Didn't learn anything from it. Oh, there's a chest over here as well. I don't think there's anything else here, so let's go and pick up the shining little thing here. Might be a combat. We seem fine, but there is something of interest. The demon invasion transformed all of Canabras into one great battlefield. But nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans. The demon lord Discari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Terendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first of all. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins. From the chimneys torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive, to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins. It is Cal, and he is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place. Like a gaze untethered from any observer, this mysterious force unknown to mortal kind silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Cal is vested with this power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as a unified whole. An unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What past does he see? In the past exists the one who wielded this gaze in life. Although the one and life are in opposite terms for eons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. This Aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the Worldwound, the chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Discari back to the abyss. With one swing of his scythe, the demon lord cut the Aeon down. And what present does Cal see? Ruins, blood, corpses. none of this perturbs the Aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma. All is as it should be. But the demons circling in the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything knew, if everything in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Cal picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it into his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. We get a purple stone knife. And finally, what future does Cal see? Good and evil, chaos and order. Everything is in its lawful place in the multiverse, and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the Aeons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon. Is killed even appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them? Used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness unless someone decides to preserve the Aeon within themselves. Will the hero take on this power so that he may look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? I think we will retain the Aeon's power within ourselves, at least for now. The spirit of the Aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Cal's soul, like a pair of magic spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. Now, I have no intention of taking the Aeon mythic path, but there is no reason not to have the path available.
Surrender, or else!
That initial round, I'd rather have them come to us.
Too late for apologies.
That's a cleric and a cleric. Zathlorian is afraid, apparently. This isn't going too bad.
Cover me, all right?
That should be it. Yep. Oh, a half plate +1. That might be useful. Yeah, you can take this, Seela. Also, we need to pick up this. That is a midnight bolt. We'll get back to that later. I don't think these things are worth... Oh, I actually clicked collect all there. I don't think those things are really worth tagging along. They are not really worth that much. Thank you. Judging by the size of the bloodstain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones. Arendae, most likely. A rift in the earth left by Descari's massive scythe. You and your companions fell through here during the attack. I think there's a swarm over here. 2 of them, actually. Thankfully, they're not that bad to deal with when we're not playing on really hard difficulties. Ah, there's another one. These peoples were not killed by demons. Their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. Let me guess. Polron? I am the answer. But what is the question? So that's a good question. Hello? Watch it! Watch it! What are you goons doing? You'll bloody crush me. A young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnel. Another 2 tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. I like that this specifies trying. Quit whining. Hey, alarm! Someone's coming. Maybe he will help us. Why sup would you before you get us killed? Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me here. I'll die. Hey guys, I see you're in a bit of a jam. Get a load of this lot, and no escort either. Woljif, you little shit, how are you not dead yet? And who is that with you? They're friends of mine. Great guys. Woljif turns to you and, out of the corner of his mouth, says, "Listen, do me a solid. Help them drag his sorry carcass free. They'll repay you, cross my heart. I'll help you pull him out from under the rubble." Failed. That took an hour. Clearing the rubble proves a bigger challenge than expected. By the time you finally free the trapped tiefling, you are ready to collapse with fatigue. Ah, that is not good. Phew, I'm alive. And all in one piece, give or take. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The freed tiefling turns to his companions. And you 2 clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. 1 trip, just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward, it's not going to collapse. Go, or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Wished? Not now, talk later. The tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companion in the ribs, causing him to double over in pain. Sounds very suspicious to me. Come clean, who are you? All right, don't hurt us. People call us the Thieflings. We kind of skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Say some tyrant bans books that show stuff you don't like, or fancy Kyonin wine you don't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making the lives of citizens easier for a little coin. People in this city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight into the Grey Garrison, and thanks to it, any soldier whose throat's feeling a little dry or who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for him that his heartless superiors refuse to. We're providing a public service. Well, I helped you, so now you can help me and Commander Tirabade to save Canabras. And the militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horns and his tail. You know what people call us? A real loose spawn. And that's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and tieflings don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Whoa, whoa. Tirabade? Irabeth Tirabade from the Eagle Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's the only one of the big shots in this town that actually treat us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Irabeth risked her neck for ours. She saved me from that creep Hullrun, yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a worthless toe rag would refuse to help her out after that. I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want. I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Go on then. I'm going with the Crusaders, and I am going to round up the others to help. The tiefling smirks. We've made some good money in the city. It would be a shame to surrender our meal ticket to the demons. But enough yammering. So long. So we recruited some Thieflings to the crusade. And yes, I said Thieflings on purpose there, since they are part of the Thieflings. A couple of Abracandilus. Or Abracandilu, I think. Can you charge?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll hit you!
I wish she was a little bit faster. She's not the quickest person around.
The spirits demand your
How long
blood.
does this last? 1 round.
Stab you or zap you? Why not?
At least we're not the only ones who rolls 1s and 2s all the time. Despite all the city's troubles, the statue of Iomedae towers proudly over the street. Where is this? Ah, right. Let's see here. I think we'll want to go here first. Yeah, it's just the cultists. Thank the gods I found someone who isn't fleeing in a panic. Are you crusaders? Mercenaries? The comely half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I am a servant of Count Darren Cale Nevis Arendae. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away, on the next street over. He meets your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Arendae. I have seen him a few times before from afar. He looked highly audacious. I confess that he did capture my attention. But that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. You have heard about the Arendae family before. This wealthy and noble Mendevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving member of the family, the young Count Darren, has an infamous reputation. He is well known for being a rake and a rogue. Misfortune continues to dog the house of Arendae, I see. The servant cringes. You're telling me? Everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying that it can't have just been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family and almost killed off the line. But I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive that calamity, that meant he must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. The servant cast his eyes around the street. I should have listened to people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else. Preferably far away from Kenabres. Tell me more about what happened. I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn and back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up and there are demons inside the mansion. I couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the Great Hall, and as far as I could tell, the door to the room was sealed and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, hurry. The mansion's doors are sturdily built. The demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you still have time to rescue the people inside. Alright. I will help. Where is your master's house? It's not far at all. You're better off entering from the next street over through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. So this is the area exit here, but this is actually where we're going. Wait. Just need to make sure. Yeah, I thought so. Don't think we can go down there, so that's fine. This is the temple to Desna. Hear me, take heed. I'm not being able to read that fast enough, sorry. Why did I see that? By the way, whoever you are, we are fully aware of this information. Hello, Ramien. The golden-curled Azimar greets you with a graceful bow. So, you found me. I have nowhere else to run. I am at your mercy. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you, hear me out first. I'm not going to kill you, Ramien. Did you really know about the demon attack before it happened? I did. We have a secret ally in the enemy's ranks. No one knows who this brave soul is, but she has been feeding us information about the demon's plans. These dispatches have come to us by the most reliable channel bestowed upon us by the great dreamer herself. They have come to us in dreams. Prelate Halran brushed them off as meaningless reveries. And, well, I admit that it isn't always easy to distinguish our allies' messages from ordinary dreams, but even ordinary dreams are gifts from Desna and are always worthy of attention. The prelate and all the crusade leaders, for that matter, should have put less store in reason and more in intuition, inspiration and spontaneity. What's more, not long before the attack on the city, a blind elf who calls himself the Storyteller arrived in Kenabres. This wanderer wasn't merely a collector of legends, but a scholar of the unknown. According to him, the wardstone in our city, the first and most important in the chain of wardstones, weakened since long ago, was teetering on the brink of corruption. It seems that the Red Morning Massacre and other demon attacks, even the ones we fended off, did not leave us unscathed. Unfortunately, the prelate did not wish to listen to the storyteller either. We're lucky he wasn't burnt at the stake as a heretic. We had such vital information on our hands, information that could have saved the city, but no one cared to listen all the way to the catastrophic end. Not all dreams have benign origins. What if those dreams were sent by demons? Though it's a pretty silly question. Why would the demons? Since they were clearly able to attack the city, why on earth would they do anything more? In a different time and place, someone perhaps could have become the victim of false dreams sent by monsters. But here, in the war with the Abyss, the goddess is keeping a close eye on her most faithful followers. I have no doubt that if a demon tried to intrude upon the dreams of any one of us, Desna's punishment would have been swift. Tell me about the strange rituals that were going to be performed on the wardstone. Ramien looks slightly abashed. When my attempts to open Halran's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters into their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them. I cannot command them. And it seems they were inspired all on their own. In other words, you get to preach whatever you want, and you don't have to take any responsibility for your flock. You really got it made. For pity's sake, how can I be held responsible for the action of others? These are not children we are discussing here. They are grown adults, endowed with their own free will, praise the goddess. Of course, we all help one another, but in the final reckoning, each of us decides how we will act, and each must answer for those choices. They had no ill intent. They only wished to access the wardstone in secret and try to cleanse it. But to Halran, this became perform a suspect ritual after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams. The children wanted to save their city, but the Inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. You just said they weren't children. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't got away, they were destined for a cell in the prelate's dungeons and quite likely death. Why are you and Halran feuding? Oh, I'm not feuding with him. I sincerely wish only the best for the man. In an ideal world, he'd be far away from the front lines enjoying a peaceful retirement. But even that isn't possible. But even if that isn't possible, I have always tried to help him fulfill the mission he has taken upon himself and to which he has proved fatally ill-suited, protecting Kenabres against the demons. Unfortunately, he is convinced that the followers of Desna are heretics and saboteurs. He refused to listen to me, and it was only the knightly orders that deterred him from including us in his witch hunt. Now there is clearly no one left to stand in his way. He is finally free to get rid of us once and for all. Is there a chance you can resolve your conflict? I don't know. Halran's faith is truly formidable. Not only his faith in Iomedae, but in his own infallibility. In other words, he's as hard-headed as a rock troll. But even so, Desna teaches us never to lose hope. Talk to him. Try to explain that we are fighting on the same side. If he attacks you, disarm him, bind his hands, but I beg you, if at all possible, please do not kill him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. Why haven't you left this place for somewhere safer? Because people might need help, and they will come to the temple in search of a priest. I will not hide away in a hole saving my own neck while Kenabres is full of people suffering in the wake of the demon's attack. Well, that clears up a few things at least. Wait. 3 of my adepts are hiding somewhere in the ruins of the city. The ones the Inquisitors wrongly accused of treason. I beg you, find them and protect them against the demons and vigilantes like Halran. They will not rest until they find them. If there is anything else you can do to save Kenabres, please, do it. Stranger, wait. You spared Ramien despite what the Mad Inquisitor told you. The young voice comes from nowhere. Oh, hang on, I forgot to remove the spell. I hope Holron's dogs aren't lurking nearby. A pale youth materializes before you. His face looks haggard from lack of sleep, but he is clearly pleased to be speaking to someone. So, you're one of the Desnan adepts? Desnan adept that tried to break into the Warstone? Yes, I am Ilkes, cleric of Desna and one of the people who answered the call of the voice in dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demons' plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Kenabras and do something terrible to our wardstone, which already carries the taint of corruption. Prelate Halron refused to heed our warnings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back, or we could take action, even though it could cost us our lives. But what heartless person could stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What were you planning to do with the wardstone? The young man hesitates. The plan was to get to it and then follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us, we know a lot. We are capable of a great deal. If we'd had enough time, I'm sure we could have figured out what's wrong with the wardstone and how to heal it, but they didn't give us time. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with this. Some idiot kids trying to break into the wardstone. Apparently some of ours, who even knows these days. I know there's no evil in you. I can sense things like that, but what you did was so stupid and impulsive. Someone could have got hurt. I know from experience. So you decided that you needed to do something right away, so you did something right away. Great work. Lan gives a sarcastic round of applause. Like the city authorities would have done a better job. They weren't gonna do a thing, even though it sounds like they knew about the danger. All they knew was that some crazies had some weird dreams. But anyway, it's a little late to be trying to pin blame on people. How did you even come up with such a plan? How could we not come up with that plan? You sense the young man's temper rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck, as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the music of the spheres, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people believe that luck is something good that falls into your lap just because, like a generous but unearned reward. We see luck as a fundamental law of creation, according to which even in the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance of rescue and change for the better can arise. But you've got to seize this chance when it presents itself, or better yet, create your own. Followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That is why, when Kenabras was in trouble, we did as our goddess had taught us. We took the matter into our own hands and tried in a moment of desperation to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. Can they punish you if you were trying to help? Is that allowed? Sometimes it is even necessary. I'm sick of all this Crusader infighting. It's not just infighting. It's a matter of life and death. It's about the path we're all on. The adept stops short. Whose voice have you been hearing in your dreams? Nobody knows what it is, but everyone who has heard her I should say, is convinced that she is a good and pure soul chosen by Desna. We had a choice. We could trust her, accept that we have an ally somewhere who isn't afraid of all the armies of the Abyss, or we could drown in suspicions and get one step closer to becoming just like Halron. We decided to trust the voice, and seeing Kenabras devastated, which is what our unknown ally tried to prevent until the very end, I can see now who had the truth on their side. Where are your fellow worshippers and how many of them are there? Fortunately, or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who were chasing us. Do you need help? Desna teaches us to trust in last-ditch chances. Listen. My friends are called Aranka and Thal. Thal the Wallflower. Aranka is an amazing singer and a truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended into a crowd somewhere. Wallflower is a mage, but I don't think he'll risk using magic. It will only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be harder to find. You'd better find Aranka first. She might know where Wallflower is. Please, find them and protect them against the demons and the Inquisitors. I will await news at the Goddess's Temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send us a new message that will reveal what is to come from the demons. Gain 69 experience, nice. Okay, I will look for Wallflower and Aranka then. Go, and may Desna be with you, stranger. I think there should be... as I was going to say, I think there would be some loot over here, but apparently there are some cultists as well. I would very much like to get rid of that evoker.
Endure this.
Bah. Maybe, just maybe.
You won't stop us.
Distract them from me.
Let's do a 5-foot step there. You can hold on shift, by the way, to do that. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Masterwork dagger, that's nice. Let's quick save. Oh, there's something here. Low religion check. Oh, a babao. Oh dear. That's a lot of hit points you took there in damage, Sila. Oh dear.
Make every strike count.
Let's do a 5-foot step and do the Light of the Angels. That should dazzle the thing. I did that, I think. The sound effect of that one is so silly. Yeah, I think you have to drink some healing potions, Sila.
Can't you just die already?
Now, Woljif is definitely good for the party. Get a cold iron short spear. I don't know what the let's see, events. Where might the law religion check be? I don't know what they checked for there, so no idea. But it's something at least. Let's see. Okay, so this is the end of the road here, but there's some loot here. A gold ring and some pearls. A hole in the wall. Okay, so that's this part of the... Ooh! Adopt. Received item, tiger. Wherever he went, there he is. Summons a pet cat. Provides a +2 morale bonus on perception and lore nature. I think we'll want to give tiger to Lan. There we go. There's some loot here as well. Again, people who were killed by people and not humans. It might have been the cultists, of course, but... We didn't get the fatigued. Depends on who tried to do it, but no, we didn't get the fatigued. That's good. Can you take a nap? Good. A wizard and an evoker. Ugh.
Into the fray!
Yeah, magic missile, that is no fun.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Kill him.
You are today's sacrifice! Surrender or else!
That'll provoke an attack of opportunity that we don't want. I think that one is too far away. Almost hit Camellia.
You won't survive me.
Time to share your treasures.
Sneak attacking someone who's lying down is quite effective. Not too far away. There we go. We can try several times. But we can also do it on the first attempt. Into the house. I don't think I want to go in there just yet. Ember.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. These corpses were gnawed to the bone by ghouls, whose teeth were the likely cause of death. So we come to the little undead section.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Cover me, all right?
Can I charge? No. I definitely can't make these things sleep,
Too late
so
for apologies.
I can do that.
Endure this!
Good, at least we don't get any diseases. And here's a halfling. And I'm staggered, so yeah. A short hooded figure is poking about some bodies lying in the middle of the street. The stranger drags the first body off the road, respectfully props it up against a wall and places the corpse's hands on its chest. The figure then freezes, as if hesitating, and you see him reach out with his hand toward the beautiful gold amulet hanging around the corpse's neck. Jerks his hand back, hesitates, then reaches out again. Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? The stranger almost jumps out of his skin and the hood falls from his head. Under a mop of red curls, a round halfling face looks up at you. Oh, phew, I thought you were demons. Good day to you, good sir. Sela's eyebrows lift in apparent surprise. Curl, is that you? The halfling looks at Sela and smiles broadly. Oh, Lady Sela, you're alive. Goodness me, that's the second bit of good news on an otherwise lousy day. What was the first bit of good news? Stick around and see for yourself. Do you know this person, Sela? Meet Rimby, better known as Curl. He hails from Kenabras and he fights in the Condemned. He's one of a kind, a rogue with a heart of gold. Sela smiles and then adds a little more seriously. Curl, it is probably none of my business, but you should ask yourself if what you were about to do is right. The halfling's cheeks flush and he hides his hands behind his back. I didn't. I just thought... Oh, it doesn't matter. Can you tell me anything useful about what's going on in the city? I'm afraid not, good sir. I just left the Defender's Heart. Before that, I was holed up in there, too scared to leave. Although, spending all that time under Commander Erebeth's nose sure was something. She's a strict one. Phew, and when she gets antsy... Don't even start. I've had enough of her breathing down my neck to last me a lifetime. So, what are you doing here? Robbing corpses? No, the halfling protests. Rimby Curl may be a rogue, but he doesn't loot corpses. I just need to get these poor lads' bodies up the road. My friends and I are on a terribly important mission, and we need to get through. He is interrupted by the sound of wheels rolling on the paving stones. A cart drawn by a sad little horse appears from around the corner. A pretty half-elf is driving it, and a young man in knight's armor is walking alongside. Even from a distance, you can see his tanned face and his blue eyes shining brightly. The halfling straightens up. See? A terribly important and very heroic mission. My friends and I are saving a beer cart from the demons. I'm not sure if demons would be interested in beer. As he's speaking, the newcomers notice you and the knight cries out in jubilation. Sela! I never thought I'd see you again. I thought you were headed to the main square, the center of the demon's attack. The half-elf smiles warmly at Sela. Hey, friend. I'm glad to see you're all right. When we got separated by the crowd at the celebration, I knew right away that something was wrong, and when demons appeared all of a sudden, I realized that was the reason why I'd been so anxious. But I couldn't find you among the dead in the square, so I kept my hopes up, and I was proved right. Sela's face lights up with joy. So you're the other bit of good news Curl was talking about. You and Jannah are alive. Actually, by good news, I meant that we found the beer cart. Sir Elan and Jannah being alive amounts to a quarter of a bit of good news. Well, maybe half. Aren't there more important things to do in this city than saving other people's property? You're absolutely right. I only agreed to help get the cart to the Defender's Heart because we found it just a stone's throw away. But as soon as we deliver the cart, I'll get back to searching for survivors. And by the way, my name is Elan, Sir Elan of the Houndhearts. I'm glad to meet someone who's survived this madness. You haven't told me how you know Sela. I'll save that story till we're all back at the Defender's Heart. You are going back there, aren't you? We'll have a reason to toast our spoils. Are you aware, Sir Knight, that your friend Curl was trying to rob a corpse? Cal, is that really necessary? Curl didn't even do anything. Whatever he might have been thinking, that's between him and his conscience. What's wrong with hearing the truth? I think Jannah and I have the right to know what our newfound friend is up to. Elan looks sternly at the cringing halfling. I am not your commander, Curl, and I cannot punish you or even condemn you. I suppose lots of people in Mendev think that the war justifies anything. But think about it. That dead fellow might have a family somewhere. His property and mementos should be returned to their rightful owners. They are bound to have sentimental value. Take this cart, for example. We might have it now, but once the city is freed, the Eagle Watch and the other orders will certainly try to find the lawful owners and compensate them fairly for their losses. Enough, friend. I didn't even do anything. I was just thinking about it. And honestly, I don't think we'll even be able to gather up all the bodies and hand them over to the Eagle Watch. They'll be looted anyway. Well, that will be on the conscience of the one who does it, but you are a crusader, Curl, though you might not have volunteered. Those who fight against evil itself have to be better than common folk with their moral frailties. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Elan, and Jannah, and Curl. I wish you a safe trip back to the Defender's Heart. So long. We are sure to meet again, either in the city or at the Defender's Heart. Sure you will. Come to the tavern. We'll celebrate the valiant rescue of this barrel together. So, what was this about a corpse with a medallion? Ah, thank you. You know, it's better that I take it than some demons, huh? Right? I know, I'm supposed to be good. I promise that if we find the rightful owner, we will return the amulet to them. I think that is an Nabazu. Just stand there.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
One down. You can lie there. Can I trip you? Yes. Good. Turn off that and smash. Hopefully land will hit. Good. That's a lot of stuff, but most of it is not really useful. But we'll take the healing potions at least. Cold iron. That will take. I don't know if we can pass this. Failed. Okay, I'm going to reload because I want to pass that one. I don't even know if I have anyone with high enough lore religion to be able to do it. Grey hair, ashen skin. This person fell prey to an Abazu. This demon sucks the very life essence from its victims and transforms them into ghouls. Yep. I think there are more of them over here. You'd think Waldrith had better skill at picking locks than Canalia does. There's a zombie. That's okay with me. Somehow I don't think there's only one of them. Yeah, there's a shadow. I'm not too worried about the zombies, but the shadows are nasty.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
I'll cut you wide open.
Good. The rest of you just stand still.
Surrender or else. The spirits demand your blood.
That should be it. I don't know about this one. I'm going to reload again. There we go. The dug up graves and other clues indicate that the necromancer has recently conducted a ritual here. I would never have guessed. Why would I even need a low religion check to verify that? I would say that is pretty obvious. We get a throwing axe +1. Okay, I think that this is a good breakpoint though. There isn't that much left of the marketplace. Now we have the house over there and this area down here, which we are headed towards when we go this way, and there will be more shadows and undeads there, so I think we should finish up the marketplace in the next episode. For now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section below the video, of course. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode and that I will see you all in the next episode.